Hey Terry, you want some? This bitch empty.
Hello my fellow degenerates, CookBoss88 here, and welcome to the only subreddit where boomers thrive and everything that's non-traditional is a conspiracy. This is r/insaneparents. Yes, today we shall let the spirits of one topic at a time possess us and brave the insanity that awaits us inside. Let's go jump right in.
So, 2020 or 2021 school supply list. Number 1, internet or Wi-Fi. Number 2, computer or laptop. Number 3,
Belt. Yes, this subreddit is starting off really strong. The belt part is what gets me. If you're a Filipino and if I flash this image on the screen, I guarantee you, almost all of you are having PTSD flashbacks right now. Here's the thing though, learning isn't supposed to be mentally scarring for children, okay? How do you expect them to learn anything if you're always there over their shoulders with a belt to hurt them when they get an answer wrong? Yes, they will eventually learn with this method, but as a result, they are going to be anxious and be afraid of failure. The one thing that you're allowed to do as a child is to fail the first time around. The luxury of being young is that you can learn from those mistakes. If you take that away, you end up with a child that's fearful of trying new things. So you might want to check off the third item on that list there.
you should research that hand sign you're throwing up. What would Jesus think?
Devil hand signal. That's not quite correct. You know, as a metalhead, I take full offense to this. The devil horn sign is for metalheads to signal that they are having a good time. If you're also a Spider-Man fan and you see this, you should be offended too, because that is the Spider-Man hand sign. What part of that is satanic? Nothing about these pictures are satanic. What are you doing? My mom, breaking my phone so we won't have evidence of her abuse. Me, who backed up everything on Google Drive. Nice. Me, a valid argument. My mom, I gave birth to you. Me, that's your mistake, not mine.
Hey Dad, I'm getting bullied at school because I'm trans. I don't feel safe anymore and I want to die because of it.
You deserve it. Jesus Christ. Homophobic parents are something else, aren't they? I hope you find peace, OP. I hope you eventually got the help that you need. And I'm sorry you have to deal with such a crappy father.
My mom yelling incoherently in an attempt to prevent me from getting a valid point out during an argument.
Ah!
Dude, roar.
Now, boomer adults can be such children sometimes. When are they gonna learn that being older doesn't equivalent to having more wisdom? You can be the oldest person in the world, but you can still be talking out of your butt and not know a single crap about anything. Forcing your kids to go to a church won't make them religious at all and might cause them to hate the idea of it. So don't go crying onto Facebook when your kids turn adults saying they don't want to go to church anymore. You know what? This needs to be said. The worst place you can ever force your child to go is to a church. It is quiet, it's boring, the book they're reading doesn't even have pictures, and most of the time they're not even listening. They're too busy keeping themselves occupied with a chandelier on the ceiling, wondering how did they get it up there and who the hell gets to clean it. I should know. I was that kid.
I love you. Please don't shave your head.
Well, I would hope that you would love me even if I did shave my head. I'm not going to now, but I will in the next 5 or 10 years or so. So prepare yourself.
As I said before, I love you. There are just some actions that are really going to hurt, just as if my actions were to hurt you if I were to commit adultery, if I were to divorce your dad, or if I were to take my own life. Those are my actions and they hurt other people. You shaving your head would deeply hurt me, but like I said, I will always love you.
Shaving my head isn't the equivalent of offing yourself or divorce. It also doesn't involve you or affect you in any way that isn't within your control to let go of and move on past. When I shave my head, you should look at it as an opportunity to learn to respect others' personal decisions and not attach yourself to things that don't. And I can't read anymore because it's cut off. I'm never gonna get why some parents don't want their kids to experiment on their looks, especially on something so arbitrary and impermanent as hair. It's hair! It will grow back. It has a tendency to do that. How dare you put adultery and balding your head at the same level? All your daughter is gonna do is heavily shorten some keratin strands. If you committed adultery, congratulations! Not only did you destroy your marriage, you've also ruined the lives of your entire family, and you get to live with that.
I have talked to God. You are the unpleasant place of being in the middle. I know that position only too well. About 2 weeks ago, I spent most of the night in prayer about you. I begged for an answer. The next morning, I heard clear as bell read 2 John. It's very short, but it shook me to my very knees. I texted my pastor to see him. It took about a week. I just did the books. God, I don't want to read this. It's stupid. You know those moments when a fanatically religious person throws a freaking Bible verse at you, and they expect that if you hear that verse, then you'll be enlightened to the point of tears? I hate that. My mom be like, why aren't you physically active? Also, my mom, when I would tell her I wanted to join a sport I actually liked when I was younger.
No! Hey guys, birthday fundraiser for Planned Parenthood.
You helping to finance murder and babies? They offer zero health services. They only murder babies and sell their body parts.
Yes they do, and no they don't. And when you say Planned Parenthood, it doesn't mean the offing of infants. It can mean a lot of things. It could mean family planning, which is good. Giving married couples options for which contraceptive to use so it could feed their needs. Also good. It can mean fetus deletus, okay? If a situation calls for such a thing, it can mean that in situations like if a woman was sexually assaulted, or hope forbid, 2 close family members did an Alabamaism and a pregnancy happened. Planned Parenthood is necessary, especially in times like these where you can't even afford to buy most things. Planned Parenthood is great. My gay emotions after my parents forced me to watch an incredibly homophobic and mentally degrading church sermon from a religion that I'm no longer a part of. My parents refusing to comfort me when seeing me cry about it and wondering why I don't want to approach them about my sexual orientation. My mom when I buy a Quran to learn about other cultures.
Ah!
My mom not going to church for years because she doesn't like the pastor there. My mom when a bomb goes off next door.
I sleep.
My mom when I speak Japanese to my Japanese friend over the phone across the house.
Ah! You're American. You're in America, the greatest country in the world. You speak American. You cannot speak any other language except American.
I'm gonna have a stroke doing these voices. Oh my god. Damn. Boomer parents get offended by the weirdest things.
2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not yoke yourself with an unbelievable. Our light has nothing to do with darkness. This guy is demonically ruled. The question is you are. What? Jesus never mixed words with believers. I hope I don't even my own daughter. Fess up to the Father and give account. You would sooner take sister to Taylor Swift and expose her to demons than read the word. Go and get some decent counsel from someone who takes the Bible serious. I had a stroke trying to read all of this. Jesus Christ. What does Taylor Swift have to do with any of this? Is that what boomer parents are foaming at the mouth these days? I mean, I can get why they would hate a metal musician. Metal and boomers have a history of clashing in the past, but what does a non-believer have anything to do with Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift is like the least demon-centric musician out there. What are you talking about? Also, again, with the freaking Bible verse. Newsflash, you religious nut. A Bible verse is not a valid argument. A book from 1,000 years ago is not a viable source of info. Get it to your thick skull.
And that brings us to the end of r/insane parents. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow me on Twitter, chat with me on Discord, and support me on Coffee. Donate $1, donate 100, all up to you. This has been your fellow degenerate, Cook Boss 88, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. See ya!